Imagine a prison yard in 18th century Haiti, a raw, violent place where leadership means survival. Toussaint Louverture stands in the blazing sun, not with a sword, but with a radical idea about culture. How do you build a team so fierce and united it topples empires? Ben Horowitz digs deep into moments like this, where culture isn't fluff, it's power. But what exactly makes culture stick when everything's on the line? We're about to find out. Ben Horowitz shatters the myth that culture is just mission statements or fancy perks. It's about actions, real decisions that shape your world in ways words never will. Toussaint, rising from enslaved laborer to revolutionary leader in Haiti, abolished the whipping of prisoners overnight, not because it was soft, but because brutality bred chaos. He demanded discipline and order, mixing fear and respect to forge a culture that made his ragtag army unstoppable against colonial powers. His actions echoed louder than speeches. He built culture with every command and punishment. Think of culture as the code your company runs by. Like software developers rely on algorithms to navigate complex data, employees use cultural clues to make endless small decisions. Choosing whether to swap the red roof for the Four Seasons, that's culture directing where to spend resources. Discussing product colors for 5 minutes or 30 hours. Culture's in charge, silently deciding what really matters. Culture isn't something you declare on a memo, it's reflected in what people actually do. When people spot your culture in action, they know what you stand for without you saying a word. It shapes who you all become, like a mirror and a mold. This flips the usual script. Your culture forms your identity, not the other way around. Horowitz pulls us into another surprising story. Shaka Zulu's ruthless kingdom, where compassion and terror didn't just coexist, they made a powerful culture. How can contradiction be your secret weapon? Shaka, the Zulu king, created arguably the most fearsome military of his era. He combined a terrifying war dance and brutal punishments with fierce loyalty to his troops, insisting on absolute discipline while personally caring for his men's welfare. This duality meant everyone knew exactly what was allowed and what would get you killed. His culture thrived because it embraced paradox instead of avoiding it. Imagine culture as a rope. Tightening it too much snaps it, loosening it makes it useless. Contradiction is the knot that holds the rope firm. When leaders express opposing traits, like kindness alongside ruthless expectations, it creates tension that prevents drift. This tension tells your team, these are the lines you cannot cross, even if everything else changes. By living contradiction, Shaka's culture wasn't vague or wishy-washy. It cut through uncertainty with clarity. Teams under his rule knew exactly how to behave, giving them strength to face chaos. The surprise? Embracing tension doesn't fracture culture, it forges steel. Horowitz doesn't leave you guessing. He zooms to one of today's toughest cultures, Andreessen Horowitz itself, and shows how deliberate cultural design beats luck every time. In Silicon Valley, Andreessen Horowitz built a culture focused on brutal transparency. Meetings called ugly truths forced partners to air criticism openly. This wasn't an accident. It was a ritual, a repeated practice that made honesty not just allowed but demanded. This culture empowered tough decisions and trust in a notoriously volatile industry. Think of rituals like a daily workout for culture. The repetition trains muscle memory in your team's behaviors and mindset. Unlike vague values on a wall, rituals make culture tangible. They're the things you do, not just say. Over time, these rituals rewrite your collective DNA, so culture becomes second nature. When crises hit, startups crash or market shifts come, the foundation laid by deliberate rituals helps culture flex without breaking. Radical honesty at Andreessen Horowitz helped them tackle ugly problems head-on, speeding solutions and strengthening resilience. The surprise? Culture designed carefully isn't fragile, it's shockproof. Remember Toussaint in that blazing Haitian sun. His culture was his weapon, forged in the fires of survival and discipline. Horowitz teaches us culture isn't an abstract ideal, it's the sum of your actions and rituals every single day. So here's your move. Pick one ritual you can start tomorrow that shows your values louder than words. Culture kicks in when you act, not when you talk. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.